Hey folks, it is still February 22nd, 2022 here at Boardwalk Hall. Done some organ tours of different things, got a little bit of spare time here, so I'm going to do a tour of the left main chamber, but it's so big I'm going to split it into two parts. So the first part is going to be the pedal, string one, and unenclosed choir, and more pedal up top. So I'm here outside of room 206. See that right there? One of my earliest videos of this series was taken when most of the swell was out, hadn't been reinstalled yet. So now everything's back in and working gloriously. So let's go ahead and take a look. So we're going to do pedal and string one and unenclosed choir on this video. Now as we enter the chamber, you'll hear a lot of wind noise, but the organ isn't on. That's purely the VFD circulating air through the organ for humidification purposes. Now here on the left, on my right, is the base of the 32-foot open diapason. There's a very famous picture while the organ was being completed of this rank of pipes, and you just cannot fathom the scale of this thing until you figure out that, for example, I'm approximately 6 feet tall, and the mouth of the pipe starts at 6 feet and then goes up. These pipes are just ungodly enormous, and it's so nice that they're working again, and they really rumble throughout the hall. Now turning around, we have more of pedal diaphones and bombards down here. Now this rank right here, I think, let's see, this is a bombard. Oh, okay, it alternates bombards and diaphones because this has a regular boot on it, and then the next one has a beater box, and so on down the line. A lot of the pedal work on this side is on, I think we've got some 50-inch pressure material over here, and it is just ungodly powerful. It's amazing. Now if you look straight ahead there, you'll see the Opus 2 panel, which is in my signal flows video. Turning right, here's part of the pedal, high pressure, I forget what, but this is one where it is detailed in the book that these pipes were remade from pipes that were originally in the pedal right, and they've been cut apart and reassembled. You can see these joints here, where apparently they took off reinforcing rings or added them or something. This is a pedal string, wooden string. I don't have the rank list here in front of me, so I can't remember all this stuff off the top of my head. And this is a continuation of one of the bombards. And I should note, obviously we're on floor level here. When you enter this chamber on this door, you can come into this area between the 32-foot diapason bases over there and these 32-foot bombards and diaphones over here, and they set up lights. For a most impressive sight, if you look straight up, that's a continuation of the 32-foot diapason up there, and it's like being in an Egyptian temple. You really feel, it has that feeling of just being in some incredible Egyptian monument. And you can only see those diapasons up to the point where I'll zoom in here. They go up to a scallop rack that's holding them up. You actually can't see the tops of them from down here. And on up it goes. Now I'm going to avoid all the ladder climbing in this video, so every time I'm going to another section I'm going to pause the camera and say where I am. So I'm going to pause here and go up another level. Okay, now we're on the next level up in the same chamber, and this is the unenclosed choir division, which I think is on only, what, 4.5 inches of wind, something like that? Wonderful little division, clean, bright sounds. And so starting in front there, you can see a very narrow scaled quinteton right there with the black felt caps, and then a Holtz flute, 8-foot principal, 4-foot octave, 2-foot, and then what's listed as a quint, I think is Rush quint or something. These two, but it's 2 and 2. At the console, you can put them on as 2 separate 2-rank mixtures. There's the grill to the auditorium, and those pipes right there, marching up right behind the grill, is those are the pipes of the 32-foot Fagato, if you remember that video, shot from beneath where I'm standing right now. Behind me, on this second level, is string 1. So I have to go into the swell division, back around into the door back there to show you that division. Okay, so I have climbed around behind one of the levels of the swell, and this is string 1, and I think this is one of the most beautiful things I have ever seen. Look at that. I could bring the list up here with me of what all the ranks are, but I wouldn't be able to remember it all, even if I was looking at it. So of the 3 string divisions the organ originally had, this is the only one that's functioning currently, because remember, string 2 is in the right forward chamber, and string 3 is behind the, I forget, either echo or fanfare. Neither of them are operable at this time. So the sound of this division offers you a glimpse of what that will be like when it's online someday. As I remember, these are on, I forget, 15 or 25 inches of wind. Absolutely insane. And forgive me for doing this, but I wanted to show the organ people out there. Look at that. The toe is wide open on these things. There's no toe hole closure on these at all. We think of open toe voicing as being something for Baroque organs on very low wind pressure, but these pipes are wide open on very high wind pressure, and it's just unbelievable how they come out in the room. It's beautiful. Note the original Duralium shades on this division, which do operate. Okay, so I'm going to come out now, and I'm going to go up another level into the higher reaches of the pedal. Okay, now from the top level of the swell, we come in here, and this is the top level of this pedal chamber. Now this stop right here, this is a real humdinger right here. This is the pedal Stentor Sesquialtera with thirds and fifths and a 7th sounding rank on this one. On, again, high pressure, I forget what it is, but it makes quite an impression. And over here we have part of the bombard unit on the grand choir, and this is on 50 inches of wind. That's 5-0, and I'm sure I've got that one right because it says bombard 16 right there. Now somewhere up here, I can't see it right now, but somewhere up here there is a marking of the date, and it was 1932, so this is some of the last material to be finished in the organ. I can see we're up against the ceiling of the chamber here. Those pipes on that offset right there are part of the Stentor Sesquialtera. They're offset from that chest right there. It goes down to 8 foot. High pressure pedal flue work. And then this corner is very dark back here, which is too bad. I don't have a light with me. But this is the Hall of Giants, of course. These are the 32-foot bombard and diaphone tops, which are in that very first video I did. Unmitered, standing on chests 10 feet above the floor. It's just pretty amazing. Okay, so that's everything in this part of the left chamber. Now we're going to go back and do the swell and swell choir for part 2.